I mean, it's disrespectful, but it's awesome. You know how much pressure there is in making sure this is like straight?
Well, you got a lot of pressure on
How
you.
expensive are these?
$120. That better be perfectly straight.
If it's not my problem.
Dude, you did it.
Why didn't you put it on? Why didn't you put it on upside down?
It looks like it's straight. It's like perfectly in line with the hole.
No, I measured it with this thing, so as long as they put it on the thing straight.
What? You can't give the. That's too much pressure on them.
Well, maybe you should have ordered it from better
Oh my
Chinese
god,
people.
it's gold.
This was a really nice Chinese guy. Very much so worried about that little black spot.
I seen him take
The what?
this
But I couldn't go it any higher, or it wouldn't.
You're looking at me like
Cover
you
that
don't know
hole.
what that means.
So I really hope that it covered that hole.
It looks like it's supposed to cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Turn away.
What? I can't turn away.
Look away, it's a surprise.
You'll never notice. Oh,
See, like I couldn't.
dude. It's the car. Look at that. Yeah, you're good. Hey, now do the headlights, please. Make the headlights. Okay, I'll get it. I'll go get it. Okay. Now we're good. The Supra is complete now. Every panel is on the Supra, and it looks so good. Look at that. Alex outdone himself. This car looks fantastic. The TRD wing is perfect. Everything is just so perfect.
Deserving of attention.
Alright guys, the Supra is actually running now, and it's about time to take it for a drive. It's obviously not completely finished, as I was just putting stuff on. I want to make sure the engine and everything is sound before I start doing the rest of the stuff. I don't want to get the bumper and everything on just yet, only because if there's something that I have to work on like immediately after driving, I don't want to have to keep removing and reinstalling the bumper. Only because the car is basically nearly perfect, so I don't want to scratch anything or hurt anything continuously removing and installing. So I just want to get some gremlins knocked out if there happen to be any at all, and then go from there. Obviously you guys can see this is the old intercooler piping. I am going to make new ones. I did get new piping. This one is finished. I actually did this one. That one's good. And then I have to still order a cooling kit as well for the car, which is a full aluminum radiator and then shrouds and dual fans, which will be good for my plans to have air conditioning. I also have to do the rest of my power steering. I have to order like a $70 fitting, so that way it will go down instead of up like it does factory. And then this is my Chase Bays reservoir, which was in the 240. Now it is in the Supra. But anyways, guys, the Supra is looking real spicy, and it'll be ready to go for a drive here momentarily. I gotta put some water in it, and we'll go take her for a mini rip. I do have a leak on the drain of the turbo. I have a new drain flange coming, so the engine doesn't leak anything else aside from that. Let me just check real quick here. I did have it running for quite a while, and I think that the water made its way through. So I will have to put some more in there. Otherwise, it doesn't leak anything else except for right where it's leaking on the oil drain for the turbo, which I got very, very lucky, and it's dripping right here, right onto the manifold. So anything that lands right here, it burns, and then it falls straight down there, and then onto the subframe, falls right to the floor. And on the subframe where it's at, very easy to wipe, so I can actually reach up under there and wipe it off. It's not hitting anything else, so it's not making a bigger mess. the valve covers and the turbo being white. I did not know if I was gonna like it or not. Alex is the one that came up with the idea, but the colors look phenomenal. Everything just comes together so nicely, and even the purple cam gears with the blue belt, it just kind of like all comes together. It's all nice. The bumper and everything, you guys can see, we got that gold badge on there, beautifully. Love the gold badges. I cannot wait for the hatch to get redone. It's got some blemishes that Alex is not happy with. He said it's unacceptable, so he will be taking the hatch. And then there's a spot on the hood where, unfortunately, when it was being painted, a fly landed in the clear and died overnight. So when he came back in the next day to clean them up, there was a dead fly in the clear coat. It made itself all the way down into the base coat. So he's gonna be respraying the hood and respraying the hatch after he cleans up the hatch a little bit. And yeah, there's just a couple little blemishes here and there. Obviously, doing a whole car, it's not going to be perfect right off the bat. Right here, since the wing stands weren't able to be placed perfectly, so he could spray all the way around. It's a light cover along the wing stand here, so he's going to be fixing that. And then on this mirror, he went to cut and buff it, and there wasn't enough coat on the top of the mirror here, so he'll be respraying that as well. For the hatch, right here is the blemishes that he doesn't like. All in well. I don't like them either, but he definitely doesn't like them because this is the car that he has been working really hard on since January. So he wants it to be perfect, and yeah, he definitely wants it to be perfect because it's a Supra and it's got his name on it. So everybody needs to just stop and for free, just go down and hit that like button for me, please, because this is probably one of the most anticipated things of the year for me, was getting this car back, and seeing that wing on the car was one of the big things. So right now, as we speak, the car does move under its own power. I forgot to film that. I drove it out and then over to the water hose to fill it up with some water just to see. I gotta order the new radiator and stuff for it so that way I can put proper cooling in it. I don't want to fill it up with coolant and then have to drain it out and throw it away or whatnot. Just fill it with water right now, and then drain it whenever my cooling stuff gets here. Just wanted to make sure it's going to run, and she started right up. I just want to say that my harness that I built, that I spent hours and hours building, worked flawlessly. There is not a single issue with it at all, and I am so stoked for that. It makes me so happy to know that my hard work wasn't in vain. Alright, the rain started coming down like crazy, so it might be a little hard to hear me, maybe not. We got the plastics and everything on the car. I actually wheel cleaned the wheel outside and decided to just let the rain help me with that. But all the plastics and everything are all on there. And here in a little bit, when the wheel is all cleaned off, which should be in a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a good looking wheel now. We'll be able to put it on there and see what the car is going to look like completely finished with all the trim and everything on it. I'm very excited. The car looks so beautiful. Coming out looking really spicy. The whole car is looking really spicy. Heavens. This is what we've been waiting for a long freaking time, guys. Right there.
Oh my god. That sounds insane.
Alright guys, Supra is running and driving now, and me and Sean have figured out a way to make the turbo flutter insane. Also, I adjusted the tune a little bit without remembering that I needed to raise the fuel pressure, so now it's idle surging because it's going rich lean. But here, I'm gonna give this to Sean, and Sean's gonna let us hear what the turbo flutter sounds like, because that thing is crazy. We got a T51R mod sound with a turbo flutter. right, we're about to do a full pull. This is all 1,000 horsepower factory Supra. So fast. I think the brakes work.
Brakes work.
All right, that was beautiful. How about those chuga chuga chugas? Alright guys, I apologize. This video is going to be all over the place. I've just been pretty hyped trying to get the car going and everything, and now it finally does. I still need to order the cooling system. I forget that the cooling system isn't even, like, completely functional. The radiator fan wasn't on, and we were driving it around the block there that you guys just seen, and playing with the turbo flutter, and it would turn out that it got a little hot, so it pissed out a lot of the coolant again, so I got to get a cooling system on the way, so that way it can have a functional proper system, so that way the car will stay cool, and then I can have the radiator fans activate via the ECU. But anyways guys, after the long awaited time, the Supra is finally finished. Well, finished in the sense that it does run and drive, sounds amazing, and yeah, this is just been a long time coming. Also, one of the misfires that I've had for a very long time, I rebuilt the entire harness so that way I could get rid of it. Turns out one of the coils was bad, so I need to order some coils. I robbed one off the 240, unfortunately. So sad. So, there it is, guys. The Supra has finally been finished-ish, almost, all the way. Finished-ish. She looks absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite things I've ever built. And this one is a showstopper. She's beautiful. Hope you guys freaking enjoy this video. Smash that like button for the Supra build. And then also for the turbo flutter, because that stuff sounds crazy. It is so loud. But that's going to be it for this video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one later.